Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going over the medieval Minecraft pack for Forge. I think I went over the fabric one, but I do need to redo that one because I obviously did a redo for the better Minecraft for fabric, which you guys should check out. But enough of that, medieval Minecraft is one of the best medieval packs out there. And for Forge, they add in a lot of content. This is around 300 mods. The terrain generation is revamped. The structures are overhauled. In the distance, you can see a village that's actually a different village from a mod. You see the landscape behind me. Wow, it is insane. And it is just so pretty. Like, the entire thing is so pretty. I will also talk about the texture pack because people always complain saying that the texture pack just looks very bad. People don't like the texture pack very much, but I'll show you guys some things like the origins and all that stuff that are in here, along with just everything else in here. Greek fantasy, Alex Mob's mod. Let's get right into this mod pack review. So not including human, you have 13 different origins. Now, I will say this much. Each of the origins are very interesting. However, they only add in like four unique ones. And that's mainly because it's impossible to actually add in origins for Forge. At this point, the origin mod for Forge just consisted of like just a couple of mods plus the original. Unlike the Fabric Edition, which has 30 different origins or something like that. But I still find it very interesting how there's origins at least within this mod pack. So if you want to pick an origin, you go ahead, pick an origin. We're going to pick human because I'm only doing a review and it doesn't really affect my choice. So when you start out in the world, depending on your origin, you will be in a very interesting location in the overworld. And your gear will have a random assortment of like a durability. And I think I got lucky just a little bit. You start off with wooden gear, a compass, wooden S-stock, which is a different type of sword that you have in Minecraft from the Epic Knights mod, stone torch, jobs plus, first spawn bag, Biomes quest book, and orb of origins. The first spawn bag comes with 20 torches, oak logs, apples. Also, if you're curious, the stone torch here is actually brighter than a wood torch. That's what it says, at least. Do be careful where you spawn. Make sure to know exactly where you spawn and look around the area just to make sure that you're perfectly fine. Oh, and I forgot to mention that I actually have the Alacrity texture pack on. I should not have this on. I should have the Excalibur pack. And the reason why I had the Alacrity pack was because I was doing a tutorial on how to switch your texture pack. So really important for anyone that wants to switch your texture pack. Go watch that video on me telling you guys how to switch your texture pack for medieval Minecraft. If you guys want something else, some other texture pack for medieval Minecraft, go watch that tutorial. There we go. Okay, so this is the normal Minecraft texture pack that you will see when you first enter the game. But anyways, let's get into the other stuff regarding this mod pack review. So it is no surprise that in a mod pack this size, there is going to be some insane biome generation. And there are a lot of mods that contribute to the biome generation. In fact, so many mods that it's hard to list them out all at once. However, over the biomes of Go, Biome Overhaul, Good Ending, and Geophilic are some of the mods that really brings the biomes to life. There are other smaller mods that adds in small biomes here and there, small things here and there, but to my knowledge, those are the mods that adds in the most biome stuff. And there's even some cave biomes created by the Galosphere mod, along with additional features added to the caves, such as Geode Plus, which as you expect would add more geodes, along with a whole lot more features for the caves. The biomes go so well with the structures and the atmosphere of this mod pack. I especially love how the biomes complement things such as Aquamarine with all the structures and such around the area and the mobs that come with Aquamarine. And this is shown when you look at the ice areas, such as this one right here. In addition to everything that has been said, there are also Minecraft seasons within this, which basically, in short, adds many different variations to the biome's color, as summer brings the most vibrant color and winter brings the more gloomy, darker colors within the trees and leaves. Not only are there so many different biomes, but there are also so many different structures. Choice Theorem's Overhauled Village really adds a more colorful, a more lively village that you can explore. And in some ways, it's a little bigger as well. There are so many different variations of villages. There's even sky villages, which comes from another mod. And just in general, there's just so many different new features regarding villages, such as more villagers, villagers' names, and even guard villagers. Moving on from the villages, there are around 6 or 7 stuff that adds in more illager content. Now, why am I bringing this up within the structure section? Well, this adds in so many different structures and overhaul structures to anything regarding illagers. You also have mods such as Dungeons Enhanced, Dungeons Plus, additional structures, the Graveyard, Red's more structures, repurposed structures, and so on and so forth for mods that adds in new structures. And although this isn't technically a structure-based mod, it is important to note that Mine Colonies is in this as well. Why is this important? Well, Mine Colonies is a mod that adds in the ability for you to make your own town, as one of the main goals regarding Medieval MC, at least based on the creator's description, is to build a bustling medieval kingdom using Mine Colonies. So that is a bit of a side quest that you guys should consider when playing this mod pack. I feel like a broken record when I say that not only are there more biomes, not only are there more structures, but guess what? There are so many more mobs, and majority of the new mobs are indeed hostile. This person that you see in front of you is born from the chaos. The Born in Chaos mod adds in dwellers that gives you the spooks, dwellers that gives you the scares, or people that just want to hurt you. You might even find the Headless Horseman. Aqua Marais adds in some scary depth to the oceans by adding in actual creatures that you might be very afraid of, or find very peculiar. And going back to the illagers, the illager mods, of course, added new illagers to your world. There is the Hunter illager, for example, which can be found in shacks across the land. If you enter uninvited, you'll be met with a pretty scary fella. In addition to these mods, you also have Whisper Woods that purposely adds in scary mobs to your game. There are even some baddies that are invisible. You also have the Sons of Sins mod, which I think you guys can understand at this point that's more baddies, but they're based on the 7 deadly sins. Apotheosis adds in boss mobs that are found on the minimap through a name that you're just given by random, or have a glowing effect around them. And they usually have like netherite, iron, or diamond armor that are enchanted to the max, or close to enchanted to the max at least. At this point, I think we can all see what's going on here. But don't worry, there are some friendly mobs that you can find. Frozen Up adds penguins and a weird like bird thing and a deer as well. Ecologics adds in some peaceful mobs as well. And Friends and Foes, of course, adds in mobs that didn't get added into Minecraft through the mob vote. There is also Alex Mobs modded in here, of course, which adds in a variety of different mobs that are either from the real world, such as humpback whales and seals, to more mythological mobs, such as massive centipedes and ginormous mosquitoes within the Nether. I could go on and on with the mobs, such as goblin traders and shroom traders, but I think at this point we all get the idea. There are a lot more mobs, most of them are relatively hostile, and in general, the world is filled with life. But wait, how can you conquer all of this by yourself? That's right, there are even human companions that you can have alongside you. You find them in their house, you give them food, and they will run with you. So although there's some scary baddies within the wild, now you'll know that you have companions that you can possibly count on within dire times. Let's move on to some other things as well. In addition to everything, there is a new combat system. Hi, how's it going, buddy? So, in this new combat system, you can now do things such as dual wielding, swing your axe to your heart's content by just holding down the button. Well, anything really, but as you can see, I have an axe and a sword. So, sword here, axe there, and you can do things like this. Now, of course, it's not perfect. Occasionally, what's going to happen is sometimes the axe will hit, but the sword will miss. You have to really orientate your body in a way to really make your character hit it. And the best way to do this is to go into third person, and you can really see if the weapon actually hits the person or not. And so if the weapon does make contact with the animal or enemy of any kind, then it will indeed, work. So obviously simply just walking up and holding it down both weapons might not hit because the weapon itself doesn't actually make contact with it. See right there, the axe did not make contact with it, but the sword definitely did. And that's what the sword was the one that, So in a way, combat might be better in third person than anything else. That's just, my perspective on it. And it's definitely better than vanilla combat in some ways. There are 5 new dimensions within this mod pack. The one that you're seeing right now is the deeper and darker dimension. The other dimensions are the Twilight Forest, Everbright, Everdawn, and the Undergarden. There are possibly more dimension mods in this, considering that the Undergarden was actually not considered as a dimension mod within the description of the mod pack. So it looks like the description of the mod pack is a little outdated when it comes to providing the proper information, but the Undergarden is indeed a dimension mod as well. So taking a look at the Deeper Darker. The Deeper Darker is a dimension that is filled with skulk-like blocks and skulk-like creatures that you might find within some of the biomes. This dimension is said to be very, very difficult to survive in, and the creator of the dimension recommended that you use full netherites, golden apples, and one of the pieces of the Warden set, which is the Warden helmets. All the recipes can be found within the mod known as Just Enough Items within your Minecraft world. But in general, try not to make this your first dimension choice because it's definitely the most demanding of the dimensions. This is the Everbright dimension. It is one of 2 dimensions, the Everbright and the Everdawn. Both dimensions have 2 different bosses. There is a Starlight Crusher and the Summoner within the Everbright dimension. The biomes are very snowy-like, in which there is a very cold atmosphere to it, but it also has a very bright atmosphere to it. And the animals that you would expect are rams, azuphalos, or something like that, and deer. So yeah, you could also find villages and stuff within these dimensions. From the Everbright dimension to the Everdawn dimension. This dimension has a very swamp-like appeal to it, and it is a lot more purple than it is blue. But in general, the theme of this dimension is a darker version of the Everbrights, of course, and it has biomes that are very unique to its own little self. This also has 2 bosses, just like the other one, of course, and these 2 bosses are the Alchemist and Arachnarch. This dimension has croc-like creatures along with a variety of other different mobs that you can expect within this, even purple foxes and camels. So it is always interesting to visit this dimension with its very unique approach in contrast to its Everbright dimension. Both dimensions are just really nice and are one of the most beautiful in terms of the atmosphere and biome. Welcome to the Twilight Forest, and the Twilight Forest is a dimension that is very, very unique. Why is that? Well, it is a dimension that has a plethora of bosses. So many bosses. Around 7 to 8 bosses, and they are in a specific order. You can't just fight one and move on to some random boss. You have to fight them in a specific order, starting with the Naga, which is the boss that you see on the screen right now. And it is found in this little area. After you complete the Naga, you see that big tower off in the distance? That is the Lich Tower. You face the Lich right after you face the Naga, and you go in order with the Minishroom, the Hydra, etc, etc. You get to face so many bosses, and there's even a little bit of a side mission or a side task that you can complete alongside the Naga, the Lich, and all the bosses. And for that, I will let you figure it out. I'll give you a hint. It's in the forest with the rainbow trees. At least I think so. I think it's in the forest with the rainbow trees. But for the most part, that is the gist of this dimension. So let's move on to the next dimension. This is the Undergarden. I personally don't know much about this dimension, but for the most part, what I do know is that it is a dimension that is said to be under the layer of the bedrock, aka you make a portal with stone bricks and add a catalyst, but the whole story is that this is a underground garden that is way below the bedrock surface of Minecraft. And it is very much like the Nether in terms of its terrain generation, and it comes with very unique biomes that are very, very pretty. You also have like some purple liquid here and there, some interesting looking watermelons, some funky looking trees, and of course you will face some mobs within here. The mobs in this do kind of look a little funny, but in general, the mobs in here, they total around 10 different unique mobs, and they range from funny looking pigs to, I guess, purple frogs. And there is one structure in here, along with more to come within the near future from this mod. Overall, it's a very pretty dimension because it has a nice effect to it, where it's basically like the lush version of the Nether, but in general, it's just very, very nice. But aside from that, let's go to the Nether. The Nether is revamped to some degree, and it has a lot of biomes from all the biomes that go, along with new ores, and a very revamped feel. There are a whole lot of new mobs, especially from Alex Mob's mod and other Nether dedicated mods, such as the Nourished Nether mod. And there are a ton of new structures, whether they are the repurposed structures or from dedicated Nether mods, such as Stalwart Dungeons and Bygone Nether. There are just so many different things and so many unique things within the Nether, along with new foods and everything that they added in through dedicated Nether mods, that it really makes the Nether a very interesting place to explore, and hey, you could probably make your base here. It is just a really, really cool place. So now we're on the end section of the video, and right now we're in the revamped stronghold, which is from the Better Stronghold mod, which all of the Young's mods are in here, but this is Young's Better Stronghold. And you might notice something when you take a look at the end portal frame. So here we are, right here, at the Stronghold portal frame. The End Remaster mod is in this mod, which means that you have to collect a variety of different eyes, and you have to put them all in a unique section within the stronghold. You have to collect a variety of different eyes in order to put inside of the stronghold frame. So here we are, just gonna put one of each of these inside here. All right, and it should be good now. What's interesting is that this obviously, we found a stronghold and we managed to put all this stuff inside here. However, what's very interesting is that there is a dedicated End Remaster castle and also the Better Stronghold. So I guess either way, you can find a way to like enter the end through the End Castle, which is very, very far away, or the Stronghold from the Better Stronghold from, Young's Better Stronghold mod. So whichever way works for you and whichever one you just find, but there is a End Castle that you guys should check out when you have the chance. Now, the actual Ender Dragon fight, to my knowledge, is basically the exact same. There is no real differences that I can remember with the end fights, though I could be sorely mistaken. I do know that the Wither fight is supposed to represent a little bit more of a Bedrock style, though I don't know if the Ender Dragon is also from the Bedrock version of Minecraft. One thing that I noticed immediately, though, is that there is definitely some interesting structures within the End Island here, and I'm assuming these can be also found in other parts of the End as well. In the outer end, you have some wonderful new biomes to explore, from the older biomes that go along with other End mods. And in general, they are very, very bright and cool looking. And obviously, you have some new structures here and there, such as new dungeons, and you even have a revamped End City. So overall, it's a really, really cool End dimension that is within this mod pack. We're coming to the end of the video, and I decided to do the quest to last. This first section right here is basically just a intro section to the quest and everything within this mod pack. So the inventory, the quest, and the important controls. And in general, these are just very important to memorize, so make sure to take a good look at them. And welcome to Medival MC. The first thing you have to do is click on the task right there. And once you do that, you can click on the XP level 1 and then bread, and you get free stuff. So right now we're in the tutorial part, which is this stuff. There is the dimension stuff from the overworld to the Twilight Forest, Everbright, Everdawn, Nether, the Undergarden, the End, the Otherside, and the End of World. There's some of these little oddities here and there, like making a dragon plushie a furniture station. And then you also have seasonal stuff, and then miscellaneous stuff. This helps you with understanding what to do within this mod pack and how much you can do within this mod pack. So you obviously have defeat the Wither, and then you have defeat Talos, defeat Garyon, defeat Scalia, summon and kill the Wilden Chimera, excuse me, the Conjurer, the Bronze Bull, Cerberus, kill Deadbeard, defeat Charbius, I am butchering these names, collect all 3 bone staff fragments, defeat the corrupted champion, find a vial of blood, protect the village from a raid, obtain an ultimerite ingot, obtain a blue journal from the gatekeeper, craft a standard traveler's backpack, and find the wise oak. Twilight Forest is straightforward. It shows you the path that you need to take in order to kill all of the bosses. This is the Everbright right here. This shows you all you need to do for there, along with the Everdawn, of course. The Nether, it shows you all the things that you can do. Ignis, defeat the Wither, kill the Nether Keeper, defeat the Netherite monstrosity, defeat the Awful Ghast, kill an ignited Revenant, defeat the Soul Reaper. And this right here just shows all the Undergarden mobs that you can kill: Stoneborn, Rot Beast, Forgotten Guardian, and the Masticator. The end, defeat the Ender Dragon, defeat the Ender Golem, defeat the Ender Guardian, summon and kill the Void Worm from Alex Mobs mod, or an add-on for, yeah, the Endstone Golem, and the Shelterer. Then you have the other side, craft a Warden's Helmet, kill a Warden, enter the other side, kill a Shattered, kill a Stalker, kill a Shriekworm, and then End of World. This is like the last achievement. Obtain an Adam's Apple, and then kill a Prowler, the Bloody Butcher, kill a Wistever, kill the Iron Hit, kill the Curse, kill the Walking Bed, and kill the Bloody Driver. This right here is just all of the sinful folk that you'll find and try to kill. So, you know, each one represents a sin. If you want, you can try to figure out which sin is which thing here. That is basically it for this mod pack. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this mod pack review. If you did, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care and goodbye.